Okay, guys, is this transmission working now, or can you just not hear a thing that's going on? Because I feel like everything's going wrong.
Everything will go wrong if you don't shut up. Fixed. WR. What is up? Wow, I've been a member for 2 months. Well, you know, it's good that somebody's enjoying something. Thanks, Mr. Mind Control. How long you guys been doing this? A little while, but the doors recently stopped working.
I tried, okay? I tried. I can't help it if us being here is making these things go wild. And now...
Oh, holy shit. Jeff Goldblum Knuckles. Jeff Goldblum Knuckles.
Jeff Goldblum Knuckles, yeah, listen. Jeff Goldblum Knuckles is Jeff Goldblum Knuckles, whether we accept it or not.
Oh, fuck, fine! Thanks, Jeff Goldblum Knuckles! Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Isn't that a story of your life? As a matter of fact, it fucking is.
How the Bioraptors were able to survive aboard an abandoned space station is disturbing, but life finds a way.
Yeah, apparently so, not that that's a good thing. Like my own existence, which I find most perplexing. Why do you exist, Jeff Goldblum Knuckles?
Stop saying Jeff Goldblum Knuckles!
Jeff Goldblum Knuckles. There, that's the last Jeff Goldblum Knuckles. You said Jeff Goldblum Knuckles again. Shit.
Thanks, transmission from Chow Cafe on Earth. The frequency seems to be connecting, working out the bugs. However, Dawn wanted me to let you know that she's trying to handle Amy by taking her out on a girls' trip with Mona at some point today. Honestly, she's lucky I have a few different engineering degrees to help with this.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Mind Controls. You know this is like Jurassic Park.
That is kind of why I called them the Bioraptors, because I thought...
I think I don't care. Thank you, the X-Reaper. Information protects small lizard. If this thing gets in the way, I will put a bullet in its mouth. But for now, it's not doing anything, so it gets to live. Isn't that right, Runt? There we go. What? Don't be such a dick to it all the time. It's just an animal. I swear to God, these things got more aggressive ever since this thing got in here with us.
Well, it's by all means, it's more prey, so... The runt raptor being here might actually be a bad thing, yes, so,
So what you're saying is, this thing being here makes it more likely that these things want to try and kill us. So when that shuttle comes,
well, that seems very cruel.
Sorry, Tails, I really don't wanna, but I am kind of agreeing with... No, actually, no, I can't agree with Shadow. Let's take the dino down.
Well, I just think it would be really cruel to leave it here.
It's... Knuckles, don't you respect the laws of nature? The weak die and the strong survive. That's why we're alive. No, that's why I'm alive. The reason you're alive is because of weird scientist guys in white jackets. Tails, when is that shuttle getting here?
Okay, let me just check again, okay? Please, let me just check. Okay. Guys, there is something going into one of the hangar bays. It is docking.
Okay, well, so... Holy crap! The little dino dog is heavy! How does it weigh so much?
Well, if it... Wait. The runt Bioraptor is heavy?
Yeah, like super heavy. If I'm saying it's heavy, then... Well, it has evolved on a space station with slightly different gravity for less hospitable chambers for the station. And I don't think it's actually fat.
Well, actually, it might not be fat.
So it's actually like a little bodybuilder guy.
Well, listen, I would have to check. It could have really heavy bones or something.
Well, listen, I'm not saying it's actually like super heavy. I'm just saying it's like heavier than I would have expected for how big it is. This is ridiculous. Thanks, Ray. Hiya, checking in with Nux. Thanks for checking in. Mighty's resting, so Bulma and I are on Emerald Watch duty. All is well, but 2 of my sodas are missing. Cooler, though. So, is being on Angel Island cooler than your usual life, or are sodas missing from your cooler, or are you missing a cooler for your sodas?
I don't know if that's entirely, but the most important thing right now, listen guys, there is something going into one of the loading bays, okay? That must be the guy's shuttle. If we don't leave right now, then I don't actually know if we're gonna make it over there. So can we please, like, get going?
Okay, well, look, I don't really want that little runt thing to die, but I'm not carrying it, so neither am I.
I don't think I... Well, listen, it just needs to follow us, so follow us, little run guy. Follow, if you want to live.
Okay, come on! Let's go! Go. I'll bring up the reins.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So which way are we going, Tails?
It should be down. Hey, thanks. Thank you. Lost Shadow Lord, wait, is Runt a bioaxolotl due to salamander DNA?
Well, I don't think so. Not all salamanders. They're just, I don't even care.
Well, not all salamanders are actually connected to axolotls. I wouldn't actually be able to know. I mean, that thing's not following us, and we can't wait for it. So, listen, I don't think it's gonna matter much, guys. It's down that hallway over there, okay?
Okay, let's go. Okay, it looks like we're all good.
Hey, so, Chad, what exactly is that?
I think that's our ride. Well, isn't this a wonderful, wonderful moment? You know, I've been looking forward to meeting you. And, you two as well. I'm sure you're wonderful people. Okay, what the fuck is that guy? Well, I highly doubt you've ever interacted with someone from around my neck of the woods before, but, I assure you, I mean you no harm. I'm only here to help. So, as I understand, you are in something of a difficult situation on this, unfortunate little relic of a station.
Yeah, actually, we kind of are. Can we leave right now?
Listen, I will be able to explain everything. We don't need an explanation. We need to get off of this station now. You can explain on your stupid ship. Okay. Well, if things are urgent, then we can get straight on there. Come on, you boys. Let's get you out of here. I don't really know what I expect aliens to look like, but
I mean, we've seen aliens before. It's just kind of uncanny because he's kind of like a Mobian, but also an alien. So
let's get on the ship. Watch him. All right, let's do this. Back to Earth. So, welcome aboard. We'll be back down to your planet. Well, it might take a little while because I may or may not be the most amazing pilot in the world, or in any world for that matter. So, I am on this occasion on a power-saving flight, so atmospheric re-entry will take a little bit of time, but as you can see if you want to look out the window, we are going in the right direction. I understand that you don't really have a reason to trust me, but I think this can all work out for the best. So, your names, I'm Eclipse, and yeah, this is Tails, I'm Knuckles, this guy's Shadow, he's in like an alien test tube baby thing. Thank you for that introduction. Well, I may not be one to judge for anything of that sort. So, there's amenities aboard. If you feel like you need something to eat, then awesome.
Listen, thank you for picking us up, but this is an alien spaceship, and I just...
By all means, if you want to just have a little look around, then go ahead. I will warn you that technically my visit to your planet is completely illegal, and you coming to grips with the technology I brought with me will send you forward by decades, if not for hundreds of years, technologically, which is... Well, if I get caught for this, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in a space station jail. But I'm sure this was all worth it. By all means, have a look around.
All right, wait, why is going to Earth illegal?
Oh, well, it's because you're a category 3 planet. You're a category 3 planet, I'm afraid. I know that that's embarrassing. Maybe you don't because you're not familiar with the grading system, but... Well, technically, this is a protected site. No one's supposed to interact with you people.
We're no contact primitive natives in the galaxy! We're primitive natives that people aren't supposed to contact in the galaxy!
Oh, so you have sort of a planetary version. So you understand exactly what I'm talking about. It's an unfortunate situation, really. I don't agree with everything that the old Mizo lay out, especially since they actually did go ahead and... Well, everything to do with the, old... very old colonization of your world. Maybe it's best not talked about.
Did your spaceship have a bathroom?
It does.
Okay, thank you.
So, as I understand it, your name is Shadow, and I've been very much looking forward to meeting you, I must admit. So, how are you doing today? I see. Thank you, the X-Reaper. Oh, great, first lizards and now a demon. You're not familiar with religion on my planet, are you? Well, seeing as I've never been, no, I'm afraid I'm not. But if I look like some kind of mythological figure, then I assure you that is completely coincidental. I see. Thank you, Mr. Mind Controls. Be cool to this guy, Shadow. You be good. Well, for as long as this person is good. Thank you, Haslov. Well, I was right. This is bad, Shadow. I wouldn't trust Eclipse if I was you. Well, I mean, to be fair, I have gone out of my way to come help you. Not without some kind of agenda in a way, I will admit, because I do want some help from you in return, but I have a feeling that it's help you'll be happy to give me, based off of the context of the situation, as it were. Thank you, Basil. Welcome, Eclipse. Do you care for some lemon basil cookies? Well, I don't believe I've ever tried them, and I don't know if my digestive system would accept them as food, but I will be happy to exchange cultures with you. Thank you, Shadow Android. We thank you for your assistance, Darkling. That is, Thank you for that. That is a very nice thing to say. It's a cultural thing. If it's some kind of coincidence and no offense was meant, then I forgive that person. So you talk to these people all the time? All the time. That seems interesting. Oh. What? Hello there. That's not a person. It can't talk. Are you certain? Yes, I'm certain. It's making weird animal noises. How the fuck is it here? I thought that was how the... Oh my god. Well, it seems very happy to be here. Not that you seem very happy yourself at the moment. What are you doing? Oh! Oh, no, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing at all. I see. Thank you, Lost Shadow Lord. Eclipse, you mentioned the Black Arms earlier. I certainly did. And are you going to explain that to me? Well, I mean, part of it is figuring out where to start, for one thing. We have as much time as it takes for you to take us back to Earth. Well, I suppose so. Thank you, Ray. I believe this is what you do, isn't it? I'm trying to turn this into a sort of friendly cultural thing. That's fine with you, right? Do what you want. Okay, thank you. Ray, more aliens, I hope they come in peace. I absolutely do. However, there are great problems abound with the fact that not all beings in the known galaxy do come anywhere in peace. I understand that very well. Where are you from? Well, more recently I've been residing on a planet called Talonova. It's actually, essentially it is the capital of the Intergalactic Trade Union and the Galactic Consortium. Thank you, Fable fan. There's an underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact law in the universe. That's only in the Star Ocean games, from what I know. Well, it's no work of fiction, I assure you. I am breaking several treaties and several laws to be here, but I believe that it's certainly worth it. Why's that? Well, for a start, I think that you can help me as much as I can help you.
So, how are things going?
Oh, well, I believe that it's customary to read these messages as they come in, but I think that we're falling behind a little bit. Is that okay, or do we need to read through these all?
Well, yeah, actually, sometimes they're really helpful, and so yes, I'll go ahead and help through these. Thanks, Shattuck. If you're gonna call Shadow brother, you're wasting your time. He doesn't consider his contributors his fathers or the Biolizard his brother. That is weird, and that is a strange thing to bring up. What is the context, guys? What is the context?
Well, who knows what the context of any of these are. As I understand from, well, I suppose I'm guessing, but it doesn't seem like you actually know these people.
Not in real life. Thanks. Thanks. Night Fury Lover, wait, did Runt make it? He was right behind you guys. Well, hold on a second. Did he not make it?
He made it.
Okay, well, that's good. Thanks, the Amy update with Sonic of Ireland. So close call yesterday. Nick Williams replied to an old text Amy had sent. He told her Sonic was with the Powerpuff Girls rescuing Whisper from Mojo Jojo, and since Sonic was sitting right next to her, that confused Amy. I told her Nick was writing fan fiction, and that made her laugh. I love her laugh. Glad she's happy. You know, you're not actually Sonic. You're actually Irish the Hedgehog. It kind of seems like you're trying to cut in on something there.
Tails, does any of that matter right now?
Well, listen, if we're gonna read the message, we're gonna talk about what they're talking about, okay?
Thank you, Professor Neo. Pardon the interruption, but with our planet being a Category 3 planet, reason being due to mosquitoes being an endangered species by chance. The endangerment of any particular fauna or flora is more of a planetary matter. It's sentient life as a whole, gaining different technologies. That's what's more the matter of control.
That is fascinating. So the particulars of what's alive on the planet is actually down to the people on the planet.
In most cases. I would be happy to educate you on the whole matter. I actually work in Galactic Consortium government. And what is that? Well, it's run off of Talonova. That is a very central planet as far as politics goes. It's full of Mizal, which, well, they have their reputations.
What exactly are those?
Well, very, very established race. They're the ones responsible for a lot of interplanetary infrastructure. It's a fun fact, but actually, this planet we're going down to right now is actually a Mizal colonization point. And that's fascinating, really, because I don't think there's any of them left, which is unusual. They're made out of water.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know what we're talking about. Thank you, Mr. Mind Controls. Who is your leader, Black Doom? I only met him once.
Whoa.
Not under the best of circumstances. I was, It's a long story. I believe that you and I are similar in quite a few ways, you see. Shadow,
What?
I take it you don't know this, but, actually, no, I know you don't know it.
What the fuck are you doing?
Nothing. Nothing. The scout ship you destroyed, called the Black Comet, it actually, well, Black Doom wasn't the sort to put all of his eggs in one basket. I mean, I think there are others, but, you're the only one I've ever actually found. The only other successful one like me. No! 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 Fuck no! No, that is impossible! Stop it! No! No! I refuse! No! What? No! 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 No!
Wait, so you was going around all kinds of planets making random hybrid people?
Well, it's a rather complicated process. Let's go back to small talk. What exactly are you? What's your mother's species?
He's a hedgehog.
A hedgehog. I don't actually know what that is. So, let's read some more of these people's messages before I'll let things sink in for a second. Let's all just let everything sink in for a second. I think that'd be good. Just a little bit of sinking in. Thank you, Ray. Hi, Eclipse. Ray the Flying Squirrel here. Mobian and Soda Fancier. Does that Galactic Council or Senate have soda or fighting robots? Technically, it's called the Galactic Consortium. It's sort of a trade union. It's an opt-in, opt-out sort of central government, mostly for different disputes, and it makes things a little more organized. When you're looking at several planets capable of space travel, it's... my God, they could do with a little bit of organizing. Thank you, Terios, Shadow Android. So, that's an interesting little matter there, I think.
Oh, dear God.
Thank you. What's your relation to the one called Black Doom? Well, maybe you have your own terminology, but he would be considered the father species. Much in the way that he's your father species and Hedgehog would be the mother species in the, Well, back to small talk. Thank you. Basil, are you Shadow Brother? Well, I wasn't going to go straight in with anything that I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable by kind of jumping in with anything, you know, so, I'm someone who just came to help you folks out. Let's keep things there, If that's what you're comfortable with. I am never going to be comfortable with any of this.
Okay. Thanks, true hero. Finally, Tails, where are you? My sensors say you're not on the Ark. We're on a spaceship. We're going back to Earth right now.
Yes, we certainly are. And we're making good time. And, we have an interesting passenger over there.
Thanks, Lost Shadow Lord. So the guys that were fleeing the end run the government.
Oh, the end. Well, let me tell you, even though no one's allowed to talk to you people, you folks get in the news a lot. As I understand it, your planet's internal spirits, the sort of core things, they had some sort of fight a few years back. You managed to destroy that old entity that had been chasing people around for millennia. And my God, destroying the Black Comet. Well, as I say, you folks get in the news, even if technically we're supposed to just leave you alone. Impressive stuff.
Thanks, the X-Reaper. Shadow was made in a lab, no mother.
Well, I believe a certain level of technological or other forms of intervention had to be used to make any of the hybrids, but it's more of a loose term, the idea of the mother species and the father species. It's, if you have your own terminology, then I can switch to using that in conversation with you about it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Mr. Mind Controls. I speak for all of us. You are accepted even by Shadow.
I do not accept this creature. I don't want to accept the fact that apparently Black Doom made other things across the fucking galaxy! Okay, I understand that this is upsetting news. I don't want anything to be... No! No, shut the fuck up! Oh, dear God! I'm sorry. I understand that this news has come unexpectedly. I had assumed if you had interacted with Doom that you would have learned a little bit more about things from him, but I suppose that's not the case.
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Thank you, Shattuck. This means Silver, Ruby, Opal, and even Ember are also part Black Arms. Oh, you have children.
Yes, I do. And that is none of your business. None at all, do you understand? Can I ask some more questions about space?
Why don't you go talk to Knuckles so I can talk to this creature?
I'll leave you to it.
I am sensing a little hostility, but... Okay, go ahead. If there's going to be issues, then we can just get through them now.
Oh, there are issues.
Thank you, Fable fan. Given how many species have violated the UP3, pretty sure there's gonna need a reevaluation of the planet. Well, recategorization takes a very, very long time, and, well... I mean, if me bringing this ship here changes things, then the horse has really gone out of the barn.
You have horses.
Well, surprisingly common things, horses across the galaxy.
I don't give a shit.
So, what do you give a shit about? What can I help you with? I came here to help, and if I've not explained something well enough, or if there's something that I've done wrong, then just don't hesitate to tell me.
You've done the same thing wrong I have by existing.
Thank you.
CC Turles. Eclipse isn't wrong about Earth being primitive in terms of technology. I've only been able to get maintenance done on my spaceship in Robostan. Eclipse, if you plan on visiting Earth, you should probably run a health scan for pathogens on Earth.
Oh, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's a very standard atmospheric mix. There's nothing particularly crazy down there, aside from some of the artifacts on that planet, which are very powerful.
Thank you, Night Fury Lover. About the Black Arms, Eclipse, they came through a rift. Our friend Sonic chased after them, then the rift closed. We believe it's possible they mistook his energy for a Chaos Emerald. We need to find him as well.
Oh, well, no doubt we should be able to find your friend.
I am not friends with Sonic.
Well, we should be able to find him anyway. There'll be no problems with that. If he'll be useful, then absolutely we can go ahead and find him. But all things may take just a little bit of time, and if you are willing to help me with things, then I can explain further. But thank you, Anon. Question for Eclipse. Shadow has a son named Silver. He has this condition that makes him time jump to any point in time when he has high levels of stress. Would you have any clue of that condition or any solutions to it? Oh. I'm so sorry. Really, I really am very sorry for that, for you having to go through that.
As am I. And I also have to go through people bringing it up.
You know, it's most likely the reason why there's so few hybrids out of all the experiments that Black Doom tried to run across his typical route through the galaxy. You're the only other one I found that was successful. What exactly do you know about temporal spasming? Or if you don't want to talk about this, then
what do you know about it?
Well, it is as understood an entirely incurable affliction caused by very poor genetic mixing between the mother species in question and the Black Arms DNA from Black Doom.
So it can't be fixed.
Not without technology which may or may not be some kind of magic trick formulated by the deceased father we share.
Do not ever call it that.
I apologize. I don't say that with any reverence or any kind of love for him, but you have other children as well. Someone mentioned three others, as well as this Silver, son of yours. That's very wonderful.
Thank you, Omega. Exoplanetary Badger U-Corp node located. Encrypted data stream injection successful. Exclamation, there is only room in this universe for one uncle to Shadow's progeny. Prepare for extermination. Disconnecting.
Whoa, hold on. I
I don't want to fight with any of you people.
It's a good thing Omega's not here then, because he would not be reasoned with. Thank you, Professor Neo. Eclipse, perhaps you can provide your insight on the matter. Very recently, the Black Arms suddenly and surprisingly attacked out of nowhere, when they could have attacked at any time. My question, since the Black Arms attacked years ago, what is the reason for their attack now?
Well, there's actually a list of details, but I should probably wait for your friends to get back, so I don't need to repeat myself. The situation is not good, but there is a reason why this is all happening now. At least there is a reason. We don't know what the reason is, but we know that there is a reason.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dusk the Darkling. Eclipse, do you have any information on the time-traveling problem that Shadow's son and granddaughter Ember are afflicted with? They seem to be able to jump through time but have no control over it. Black Doom fixed for Shadow.
Well, it's not exactly understood. I can explain to you exactly what the problem is, and perhaps that would help you to understand why it's so difficult to fix. It's not exactly a normal genetic issue. It's really far from it. The thing is, Black Doom's DNA mixes so poorly in that way with other species for the fact that he, like a lot of different cosmic entities, was a little bit different for his experience of time.
What do you mean?
Well, he's what's known in still very poorly understood science as, well, at least he was, a semi-nonlinear temporal entity. That means that, and again, this is not greatly understood at this time. It's all still very difficult to get a handle on with the science of it. So I hear whenever I try and read any news articles or studies or reports about things, but to the layman such as you and myself, it is what it sounds like. He was on a different sort of beat to a lot of the universe. And so, if you've got species which do not cosmically kind of exist throughout time and kind of don't, trying to mix with one that does, then you end up with some very, very bad situations on occasion, which it's not well understood. It's not well understood at all. What I've told you is someone who's taken an interest in the studies and the research, but I don't actually have any kind of degree in anything. I'm not some kind of quantum mechanics whiz.
Thank you, Digital Viper Draws. Eclipse, how long have you been alive in Earth time?
Oh, well, that should be easy to calculate. It's a pretty standard rotation that your planet has. It would be somewhere in that 35... No, it would be more than 30 Earth years. More than... It's 24... It's... So how many... How long is a rotation of your planet? It's, okay, 24 hours, very standard unit. Listen, I'm not actually the best with head math, but, it would be somewhere between 30 and 40 Earth years. And, I suppose you've seen a lot more than that. Must be so much that you know. How long ago were you? If you don't mind me asking.
It was about 60 years ago. According to my planet's time. I don't remember much of it.
Oh, I'm sorry if this is a bad topic for you.
No, it's fine. I was kept in stasis for around 50 years.
So you... Oh, that is surprising.
Telling aliens you've been alive and conscious for a combined total of around 12 years. Absolute maximum. When you're a fully grown man is a very strange thing to say.
And reaching maturity, it normally takes
around 20 years. For humans. Typically a little less for Mobians. I was never a child.
I'm sorry. But you've done all right for yourself. You have a family. You have a wife.
Yes, I do.
And, so how many husbands does your wife have?
What?
How many husbands, how many brother husbands do you live with?
What the fuck are you asking me?
How many husbands does your wife have? I was, well, it didn't work out, but I was married myself once, and, I was a rather affluent woman, so it was actually in a rather crowded house. It was me and... God, well, let me think. Well, at first it was 12 other husbands, so then it grew from there. By the time when things stopped working, it was actually, I was one of 16. Yeah. How about you?
Hey, what we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. I thought we were talking about the Black Arms, and now we're talking about polygamy.
Okay, no.
I think I've struck a nerve. I am incredibly sorry. Thank you, Basil, Shadow. That's not how you treat your brother. I don't want to force anything on anyone or make anyone uncomfortable.
Then stop doing that! Thank you, Lost Shadow Lord. So Black Doom is a Deep One / Cthulhu great. Oh dear fucking god, that... Oh my god. That's actually half accurate. If what you've told me is half accurate.
I assure you I'm only trying to give information that I know to be correct. Thank you, Terios. Most organics on Earth use monogamy in romance. Oh, I see. So, this would explain a lot. What kind of birth rates does your species have? Are there more... How many more men are there than women?
I too see what's happened here.
It is around 50-50 for male and female births.
Okay, that I can see how that would create a different culture to the one that I grew up with. Growing up being a relative term, it took about 2 years. Normally it would take about 10, which by Earth standards would probably be about 15.
I see. That is somehow even worse than what happened to me. Thank you, Mr. Mind Controls. He's not married. Technically, no, but I do not appreciate you bringing that up.
Thank you, Digital Viper. Knuckles is one of them, Eclipse. That's your red friend.
He is not and will never be my friend. He is not associated or affiliated with my wife.
You just admitted that you're not actually married. Listen, I think that maybe we don't understand each other well enough for this to keep going very well. So, thank you. Everyone loves Ray the Flying Squirrel. No worries. Feel better, Eclipse. My ex-girlfriend Marine had up to 15 boyfriends and girlfriends. But she is a very nice raccoon. Tanuki. Well, she is sweet. So, keep up the love and peace. Well, so, is it more typical to have several husbands who also themselves have several wives, or?
No. No, no.
Oh, I'm just getting past a little culture shock here. I don't know. I guess in all this, I got caught up subconsciously thinking that you and I would just have so much in common. Sorry if I've made anyone feel uncomfortable,
but you're going to continue to do so.
Well, if it's somewhat unavoidable, then. On the Black Arms situation. We're about to land, by the way. We can talk on the ground and we'll land in a second.
Oh my god! Oh! It's grass! Grass! Oh!
We're back! Knuckles, we made it home! We made it back!
Yeah, we did. We did. So, Eclipse, you held up your part of your little bargain for bringing us back here. Now, what exactly is it you want from us?
Well, first of all, I want to explain the situation. Thank you, Shattuck. You're describing a harem, Eclipse.
Okay, fucking where has this conversation been going? Because we're talking about harems now.
Well, there's just been a cultural there's just been a little culture clash in conversation. I've been trying to keep things pleasant, interspersed with some more serious. Let's get down to business.
Thank you, Ray the Flying Squirrel. Welcome back, Nucks and Tails. The planet missed you.
Not as nowhere near as much as I miss the planet, dude.
So, Black Arms, as I understand it, you've had some kind of interaction with them.
I was actually the only one of the three of us who was there, so I can tell you what happened.
Please tell me.
Well, there was this portal that opened up, and then they just kind of like started coming through. It's I'm pretty certain it was a celestial slip. It's these things which aren't very...
No, I'm somewhat familiar with those. And that means that things are just as bad as rumors have had me believe.
Thank you, Omega. What about the Bluefus? We will get to Sonic! If we find where the Black Arms are, we'll find him anyway.
Sonic is really important, by the way. Sonic is like... You know what the end is?
I'm vaguely familiar. I think anyone who's been scared by some kind of campfire story where I'm from, they've certainly heard of that thing.
Sonic killed it, by the way.
Okay, well, in that case, I certainly would like to meet this Sonic Man, and he will most certainly be useful to us. Now listen.
Oh, thanks, Bulma. Yes, we did miss you. With the three of us watching the Emerald, nothing went wrong. I'm sure Boulder misses you too. Well, maybe in her own way. Maybe in her own way, but yeah. Why don't you get on with your story?
Certainly so. So, the Black Arms. You may know this from your own interactions with Black Doom, but the Black Arms live off of the Black Damocloid, their homeworld. Homeworld is an interesting term for something which is capable of space flight, even if it is slow, but,
What did you just say?
The Black Damocloid, it's the Black Arms' homeworld. You destroyed its scout ship, the Black Comet.
What?
Listen, if you don't know this already, the Black Comet, which I believe you Shadow destroyed, was a scout ship. Because the Black Damocloid, which is, of course, far larger and has many, many more occupants aboard, moves so slowly and not without a decent amount of resources. Well, it made much more sense for sending out a scout ship for Black Doom's little experiments across different planets.
Thank you, Irish the Hedgehog. Tails, I know these are weird circumstances, but when are things not weird when it surrounds you guys? So for Amy's sake, I'm fighting crazy with crazy, but don't worry. I'm keeping her bestie Neo on standby in case things erupt. I want Sonic back more than anyone. Amy needs her #happy summer.
There's like a really huge version of the alien rock that had all the aliens in it.
If you want to put it in very simple terms, absolutely so.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Captain Ark and Shadow. Multiple unknown vessels have entered the system. We're going to red alert. All hands to your stations. Decloak and ready a tractor beam. Get a transporter lock on them in case this gets squirrely.
Things have gotten worse than squirrely. Whatever that means. Okay, you are gonna explain this whole thing with the bigger alien rock.
There's not a lot to explain. It's very elusive in spite of its size. It's, of course, not the size of a typical planet, but it's much larger than the comet that you dealt with.
Thanks, Anonymous. What?
Well, what is, very recently what appears to have happened is the Black Arms that have been remaining aboard the Black Damocloid have, they've been absorbing ships into the system of the Black Damocloid. That's at least what the reports say, because without Black Doom, they lose a lot of intelligence without the mind. That's the, for those of you less aware than I'm sure Shadow is, that's the the interconnected network that Black Doom created.
Thanks, Basil. Shadow clones versus Knuckles clones. Well, obviously the Knuckles clones would win.
I don't think that's important right now.
Thank you, Night Fury Lover. Wait, does the Black Arms homeworld release neurotoxin gas like the Black Comet? If so, Sonic might be paralyzed right now.
Oh my god.
Well, here's what's the good news. The neurotoxin that the Black Arms creates is very, very resource intensive to create. So, well, for one thing, as far as we know, it was very difficult to make. For another thing, I don't believe the knowledge for how to produce neurotoxin actually exists without Black Doom. So there's the good news.
Okay, that is, like... We fear that is decent news.
There's a larger one.
And it is much larger than the comet you destroyed. I am picking up that you didn't know about it, but it exists. Things have been happening out in the world, in the wider world, not this world, the whole galaxy. A lot of things have been happening. A interplanetary empire called the Fomes Corpus recently disappeared. They were at war with something, no one actually knows what, for a few years. And now they're gone. Random travelers have been going missing. People believe that the Black Damocloid is swallowing up ships, adding different random pieces to its system, which inviting foreign ships in and trying to integrate them into the Damocloid. It's certainly not behavior that would be fitting of what's typical for Black Arms, at least when Black Doom was alive, but things clearly have changed in the last few years. Thank you, CC Turles. So we're talking a brainless invasion, I mean. That's the problem. They don't seem entirely brainless, because... And no one knows how or if this is necessarily the case, but it would appear they've gained some kind of technology, which allows them to create celestial slips and control where they go to.
So that's what was at the bachelor party.
If it was some kind of white streak and a lot of distortion, then that's what you were looking at. Now, these things are supposed to just be randomly occurring in nature, but as far as anyone can tell, and this seems to be confirmed by what you've told me, the Black Arms have acquired some kind of technology from who knows where in the galaxy that lets them control them. There's a lot that's bad about this. A lot, because essentially it means that the security of the very galaxy itself is... Well, there's not much security to speak of anymore.
Shit! Okay, these are always getting worse around here.
So, this Sonic person can help, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely. You need to find Sonic, because he went through a portal, so he'll if he's still out there, he'll have seen something, he'll know something.
Well, I believe that he'll be helpful on this one. So, thank you, Lost Shadow Lord. Knuckles, start the CE hunt. We're going to need them.
Yeah, listen, it's more about making sure the aliens don't get them. So let me guess, what, you want an away team? I'm not going to space again.
Well, that's perfectly fine. There will need to be people here protecting your planet, but I have a suggestion for a plan of action. You need to find this Sonic person. He's one of your own. He appears to be, from what you tell me, is something of a champion among you people. If he destroyed the end, and If he was helpful in the first Black Arms invasion you were subject to, then... well, I believe that he'll be very helpful indeed, given what he's achieved. So, I have a proposal. I have a ship. I have knowledge of the Black Arms. And I believe, Shadow, so do you. So, what I'm thinking is, you come with me. We find the Damocloid and your friend Sonic. The three of us destroy whatever it is they're using to control the celestial slips, and then they're trapped, floating in space on the Damocloid again. It doesn't get rid of them, which I understand if that's something you'd be interested in doing, but we just do not have the resources. Nothing in the galaxy has the resources to kill the entirety of the Black Arms.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm listening as well. So what you're saying is, Shadow goes with you. You guys destroy the whatever technology they have that lets them control the celestial slips.
Which would nullify the threat they pose to the entire galaxy, because that would take them from being able to show up anywhere, anytime, in any number, to being trapped on their floating rock in space. And then they're back to being a little threat to random passers-by who didn't input their navigation very well on their flight computer. But Shadow, I don't think I can do this without your help. And also, I won't know this Sonic person if I find him.
I hate this. Because I think I need to go with you.
Thank you, Professor Neo. This Black Damocloid with the defeat of Black Doom, how dangerous are the Black Arms without their leader? Well, they don't seem as stupid as you'd think. They're functioning well enough to integrate random ships into the Damocloid, so the reports go, so if they can still manage all their weaponry and they can still produce more soldier class, then they're still very dangerous. On top of that, how long will this object reach the planet? And what is the worst-case scenario we could be looking at? Now, I don't believe that the Damocloid is coming to Earth. It's a very, very slow-moving ship. The problem lies in whatever technology they have that lets them open portals to anywhere at will.
Okay. Shadow, you're going to space. What the fuck? You don't get to make that decision for me? You're going to space! You're gonna go with this guy, you're gonna get rid of the stupid aliens, and that will be no more aliens jumping in through portals to Earth. You're gonna find Sonic, you're gonna bring him back. As if we don't owe Sonic a little bit of respect to try and go get him. You're like half from space anyway. What's going to space to you?
Shadow, we're really gonna need you to go get Sonic. Otherwise, I don't think.
I really don't think that there's anyone else good enough for the job.
Is there a moment to lose?
Not really. There's so little of a moment to lose that, well, our best bet would be me firing up the engines on my ship again right away. The longer we wait, the more chance there is that a portal could open right in front of us, and God even knows how many Black Arms could pour through. I came all this way to help you, but Like I said, being honest, I also came all this way, so maybe you could help me. Fine. Fine, we'll go. Start the engines on that ship. And we will go. We will find Sonic. We'll break whatever thing they have. And then you will take me home. And you and I will never see each other again. Do you understand? I understand that you'll want to put this all behind you. And I respect your decision. We'll fix this situation, we'll both benefit from it, and we'll part ways once it's all over. I'll go start the engines on the ship. This guy gives me the creeps. He seems very similar to the Black Arms. There's something about him.
What are you getting like telepath oogies off of him or what?
I actually think that's kind of what he's saying.
You two are going to keep this planet safe while I'm gone.
Okay, so just what's normal? What are you acting like you actually do anything around here?
My family lives here. You two will keep everything safe. You will keep an eye out for anything. Tails. Those slips, those portals. You make something that can detect them. I don't care. You're gonna keep this place safe.
Right. You know what, Shadow? You're being mean as always, but you know what? You're right. We're gonna keep Earth safe.
Yeah, with no help from Shadow, so we won't even notice the difference. Okay, I'm going home. I'm gonna check on my shit, and then I'm gonna keep an eye out for more aliens. Shit, this sucks. Tails, I'll swing by your place tomorrow. We can talk about what exactly we're doing to stop aliens killing all of us.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about what we're doing, Ducks.
Shadow, you're bringing Sonic back. Do not act like you don't owe him that. Get on that stupid spaceship.
I'm not going to enjoy this. Not one bit.
Well, I don't think that's the point of saving the galaxy, or just...
This is about saving Earth, Tails. That's where I live.
Thanks, CC Churlas. By the way, that guy is hiding something.
He feels off. He feels a lot more like the Black Arms than he should. There's something wrong with him.
Listen, he seems nice, is all I'm gonna say. I think you just get weird about anything that reminds you of your past. I think you need to calm down a little bit.
I think you need to go do some work. And I will get on the fucking spaceship.
Thanks, Shadow Android. Gives Runt head pats. I'll keep him if you won't.
I don't even know where that thing is.
I think it's probably still on the chip, so...
Of course it is. That stupid thing's probably coming with me. Although, that's probably for the best. If it's released in the wild here, then... well, I already know that those stupid fucking lizards can make more of themselves just... for no reason.
Okay, so... if you're ready to go, then so's the ship.
Well, Shadow... well, I'll see you later. And we'll see Sonic.
Knowing how lucky I am, no doubt I will find Sonic out there.
Now, here's the good news. If there's been some kind of disturbance with portals or celestial slips, then we should be able to find this Sonic very easily. We're gonna go back to Talonova. That's where I live these days. That's where I'm employed. So, the Galactic Consortium's resources can help us. We'll find out what planet he's on. We'll find him, he can tell us what he knows, and then, maybe from there we can get to the Damocloid. We can get rid of their machine. I think this could all go very smoothly if we work together. Come on, Shadow. Let's get those little... well, they're not little. They're actually very large bastards, but... we're gonna get rid of them. Or at least get rid of their ability to cause havoc across the entire galaxy. Let's go!
Please keep my family safe, Tails. I don't want anything happening to this planet.
You got it, Shadow. Well, yeah, we'll try. We'll definitely try at least. Well, you guys. You know what? We'll be seeing Sonic again soon, because there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to find him. Or at least Shadow will. Hopefully. I really want to see Sonic again, you guys. Okay, well. Bye, you guys. Bye. Thanks, Fable fan. Where's Run at? I think he was still on the ship and they just left, so. I think Run is in space. Maybe that's where he's comfortable. I mean, that creature's never seen grass before, so maybe you wouldn't like it. I don't know. Bye, you guys.